Hello friends, I don't think I've actually said hi yet, so hi, welcome to this video where it's basically just going to be a hodgepodge of me reading, providing updates, and journaling. So as you just saw, I did some journaling updates for a few books. I did a You with a View and The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I did some spreads for those. There's still a few more that I need to make. Like I want to make a Twisters movie spread. I think that would just be so fun because I really enjoyed the movie. And then I also need to make my July monthly recap. So I still need to make that and I'll take you guys along when I film that. But I did go to Michael's and I picked up a few new things. So one, I picked up a new little pouchy pouch to store all my stickers because my sticker collection is now growing. But I picked up a new sticker set for Halloween and fall. So I can't wait to like use this. Oh, it's like still stuck together, but it has some fun holographic spooky stickers, so I can't wait to use this. And then I also picked up a sticker pack that is specifically fall related stuff. I think I filmed while I was there a little bit, so you guys saw I was walking around Michael's and they had so much fall stuff, but this is literally just like an autumn fall sticker pack. So again, cannot wait to start using this. I did pull out a few for the Riley Sager spread that I did, but very excited about that. And then I realized my collection is just kind of growing, so I got this pouch to just store everything. And then to really spice up my journaling, I got these cute little cardstock sets. They're small enough where I can like easily rip and cut and it's not that wasteful. It's not like a full sheet of paper that doesn't fit in my journal size. So this is really fun. I got one that's called Twilight, and basically it's like purpley kind of vibes and like sky and some floral, silvery specks. Anyway, so I got that one, and then I got this one that's called Basic because I'm a basic girl. But anyways, this one's like a pinky, peachy, lilac-y, pastel-y, stars, gold accents collection. So I thought these two would be like a good base to try out, and then if I wanted to explore more, then I could. I will say, looking at my spreads that I just did, so like You with a View, I do think this one turned out really cute. It's really basic. I decided not to write any quotes. I just kept it simple, so I went with more like aesthetic vibes of the book. I think this one turned out really cute, and I did use some of the cardstock paper on the background, and I think I did it well. I like ripped a part of it, so I saved the other half in case I wanted to use it, and then I just like stuck everything on top of it. And then for my Riley Sager one, it's a work in progress, all right? Like I decided to keep most of it for the background and then stick everything on top. You know, I don't know if it's the vibe, but I'm learning. You know, this is a journey. We're going on this journaling journey together, but it was really fun. It's been fun to just not be on my phone all the time. So look how fun it is to flip through that. So anyways, I have been thoroughly enjoying my journaling and branching out in like different styles and stuff. So if you have any journaling tips or like inspo, please let me know. Always looking for it, and I'm still obsessed with my journal that I have. But anyways, so that's what I've been doing. And then I have been reading. What have I been reading? Also, I feel like Nicole Kidman, and like, you know, or just like when she's like wrapped up in a cardigan looking like out at the water or something. But anyways, what have I been reading? I've been reading an arc that I received. It's called The Breakup Pact, and I'm about 40-ish% into this book, and I kind of have mixed feelings. Like, it's fine, it's cute, there are some really fun moments, but then there are other moments where I'm like, it's just like, okay, let's get on with it. This is what the cover of this book looks like. Very cute. Not that summery, if I'm being honest. Basically, the main tropes of this book are former high school friends who had a falling out. They haven't really connected with each other. And then our main female character's sister passed away, and they're dealing with their grief a few years later, and they reconnect based on a traumatic events that occurred to both of them, such as going viral when their exes break up with them. So they can bond over that, of like this unique situation of them both going viral for their breakups, and then they decide to fake date. So we have fake dating, basically high school friends to lovers. There's some angst in there, there's some good banter, but there's also just the topic of grief And I'm kind of just realizing so many romance books that I read have this like subplot of grief, and that is like how these characters are struggling, or like that's their character's struggle. And at first I was like, not a big deal, but I'm realizing it's happening in so many romance books now, and sometimes I just don't want that in my books. And maybe like this is probably a me thing, like I just need to get better at actually reading the synopsis of books and like avoiding them. But I feel like grief has just become such a major subplot in a lot of these books, or I guess a popular subplot I should say, in some of these books, where it's like, you know, not everyone has to go through grief to have a struggle. Or anyways, I'm kind of just rambling right now. So I'm like 40% in, it's fine. Our main female character, she owns a little scone bakery because her sister left it in her will for her to continue. And then she's fake dating her high school friend who also got publicly dumped, and it went viral. And so now they are like causing a bigger viral moment because they're dating and everyone's now following them and like wants to keep up with their relationship. And there's some drama with the main male character and like wanting to like make his ex jealous in hopes of like getting back with him. So anyways, it's a messy love triangle vibe I'm kind of getting right now too. So overall, different vibes than what I was expecting. I'm not disappointed, but I'm also at this point like I'm ready to wrap it up because I fear I'm heading into a reading slump if I like do not finish this like today. So that's a huge goal for me, is to make a lot of progress in this book, and hopefully I can move on past it. I don't want to DNF it just because it's really not that bad. It's just like I don't think this is the right book for me at this time, unfortunately, and I'm already like basically halfway through, so I just need to push through and finish it. If I was only like 25% in, I'd probably DNF it, but I need to push through. Also, this is an ARC, so I need to like give feedback to the publishers and stuff, so like I gotta get it done, you know? So that's what I'm gonna be doing. That's basically the vibes for today. Very low-key, just hanging out, reading, crafting. It's Sunday and we are about to have a very productive day. I have a lot on my to-do list and we need to get through it all in a short amount of time. I have to have everything ready and done by 2 p.m. because I'm being picked up and I am doing house sitting. I think that's what I said earlier, but I'm basically house sitting and I need to finish packing. That's number one on the to-do list, finish packing. And then I need to go grocery shopping and have food at this house that I'm house sitting. So like I'm not just starving. So I need to have food ready. And then I also need to take some trash out / break down boxes. For some reason, I've accumulated a lot of bulky boxes and I need to break those down and put those in recycling. And then fun to-do list. I would like to pick a new book to start because I want to have this with me. I'll be gone about a week, basically, and I want to have this book with me so that I can read it. I'm not going to bring my Kindle. I will probably regret that, but given I'm already packing a lot, I'm also having a friend's birthday dinner this upcoming week, so I'm having to pack, you know, outfits and makeup for that. So lots of things to pack and get organized. I've done like the basics, like pajamas, toiletries, workout clothes, that kind of thing. So that stuff's taken care of, but I do need to pick a book. I'm like looking at my my book cart. I keep looking over at it and I don't really know what book I want to read in, and I fear I'm approaching a reading slump and I need to like find a book that like sucks me in right away and like I want to make it my new personality trait. I would really love to find a book that I can annotate and like highlight and underline and doodle, whatever. Like I really am just in the mood to annotate a book, and part of me wants to just reread another Emily Henry book to do that, but I'm also like I want to explore new books, so I need to pick a new book. I have two in mind. One's a thriller and then one is a new to me author that I've talked about before on this channel, but we'll talk about that later. So need to pick a new book, and then if I have time, I would really love to go to this coffee shop I've been wanting to go to for so long. Like basically since I've lived here and it opened up, I want to go check it out. But I don't know. I don't know if I should try and force that in or if I should just like try and do it like when I'm back here and not stressed. And then there's something else, but I'm forgetting. I clearly just woke up. I'm on my first cup of coffee. and I just had some breakfast. I'm still in my jammy jams, so I'm gonna need to change and get ready for the day. Oh, I know what it is. I finished the Breakup Pact last night. I know when I checked in, I was not that enthusiastic about it, and I can continue to say it did not improve since like that 40% mark or 80%. I don't know when I checked in with you guys. But basically when I checked in with you guys, I was like kind of over it, and I was over it. Like it did not improve for me. I truly did not care about the characters. I didn't care what happened to them. I didn't care how it ended. So like I power read and basically skimmed over the last 50% of the book because I just wanted to get it done and off my plate because like I said, I fear I'm heading into a reading slump, and if I don't get ahead of this, then I definitely will, which there's nothing wrong with the reading slump, but like I don't want to be in one, you know? Like I want to be reading good books. So overall, I gave it a 3 stars because there were some fun moments. Like in a romance book, I want to see good chemistry, and I do think that was there. There's some good tension and steaminess to it. So like, again, checking those off. There were some good bones to it. There's just too many plot lines going on. So we had the high school friends to lovers who were also fake dating because they were trying to make their exes jealous because they both got publicly dumped and went viral. And so they wanted to like change the narrative. So not only are they high school lovers and they're fake dating, but they're also trying to like make their exes jealous or like prove a point to them. So there's that conflict that's also happening. And then they're also both dealing with grief because they both have lost someone in their lives that was important to both of them. So there's also that underlying grief there. And then they each have their own side quests that they're doing. Our main female character owned a bakery tea shop, while our main male character was trying to be a writer and had writer's block, and he was trying to overcome it. So as you can see, there was a lot going on, and I feel like if she just picked like maybe 3 of those to focus on, I would have thoroughly enjoyed it, and she would have had more time to dive deeper into these characters. I think what's the issue is like I didn't know them that well. I felt like the character development maybe wasn't that the greatest. So unfortunately, this book wasn't a smashing hit. It had a really cute cover, and I had high hopes for it, but I gave it 3 stars, and I would recommend it. I think the book comes out around August 12th or like August 12th through the 16th, sometime in there. So if you're looking for like a quick summer read, I would check it out because I think it was only like 200 and something pages. Like it was under 300, maybe 280. It was like around 280. So like it's a short book, quick to read if you're looking for something to wrap up summer because it wasn't too summery. It was also in a small beach town. Forgot to mention that. I did love that. I love it when it's in a small, cozy little town. So that was cute and fun. But yeah, kind of a disappointing read. So I'm gonna finish my coffee, get dressed for the day, and then we're gonna start these errands. We love errands, woo! Okay guys, we're going to do a little time check. It's around noon and I've accomplished a lot. I went to the grocery store, so check. I unloaded my dishwasher, check. I broke down all those cardboard boxes that I had and took them to the recycling section in my apartment building, so check. And then I just finished eating lunch. And then while I was eating lunch, I figured out what book I am going to read next, and I wanted to fill you guys in. So the first 2 books I was considering. The thriller was 20 Years Later, and this is a recommendation from one of my friends who is so into thrillers. Like that's her jam, and we usually have similar tastes. We usually like the same thrillers, and so she sent this to me and told me to read it, and I was tempted to read this. However, I personally sometimes get anxious when I read thrillers, and I'm just not in the mood to be anxious and like not sleep that great. So this is still on my August TBR. Just don't know when we're getting to it, but this was a contender in the consideration. And then the next book that I was also thinking about reading was Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. And again, this is an author that I've seen so much about, and I've seen a lot of people rave about her books, and so I was thinking about reading this one, but then I saw how thick it was, and I am, you know, on the verge of a reading slump, and I didn't think this would probably help that. I think I need something that's like not that crazy, but also entertaining and maybe a little ridiculous, and something that isn't too long. So again, I still want to read this also in the month of August, just not right now. I just don't think this is the right time to dig into this because I do think I'm gonna really enjoy this one. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm in the right headspace before I dive into it. And so I had been asking my Instagram followers what books they've been obsessed with this year or like just recently, because I need inspiration. I needed new ideas, and a few people said this one series, and I just figured it was probably time that I also read it. And that series is Magnolia Parks. I know, it's so silly and ridiculous. It's kind of long, but not as long as Firefly Lane. That one's a thick book. But I'm just ready for something that's like not serious, because I know this is so ridiculous. It's very toxic, I've heard, very Gossip Girl vibes, and that just sounded right up my alley. And I thought it could be fun possibly also to annotate and highlight this book. I do know there's some pretty infamous quotes from this world, so I'm curious to see what I think of it. I've seen so many mixed reviews of people either loving it or hating it, and now I'm curious to see what I will think of it. But I thought this was the perfect book to hopefully help get me out of my reading slump, and then also just kind of the right timing for this book because I've been wanting to read it, and so now was just like the perfect time. So this is the next book I'm going to be reading, and I'm very excited to dive into this world. I literally have seen so many like reviews, people obsessing over it, like inspiration, aesthetic, reels, TikToks, etc. So yay, I have a new book. There's nothing like figuring out what book you're gonna read next and getting excited about it. So I'm feeling like we're on a good track to being out of a reading slump, or like not hitting the reading slump, because there's nothing worse than a reading slump. Like, I don't want to get into one. So very excited about my pick. Okay, you guys, as you can see, it's a change of venue, but that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a very hodgepodge kind of video, kind of relaxing though, of me doing some crafting, a little reading, giving updates, picking a new book. That's always like fun, relaxing kind of vibes, but that's gonna be it. If you have any book recommendations, as always, let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to tune into my next video because I'm going to be doing, spoiler alert, a Magnolia Parks reading vlog. So that'll be up next week, hopefully, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out the next time I post, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye, guys.